On the other side of the ball, what has you the most worried about the Commanders' offense out of this game?
Nothing.
Like, is there one singular player that you bumped down?
No, I mean, it's a road game on a short week against probably the best defense in the NFL. Like, they had a bad day at the office, and credit to the Packers defense because they forced that bad day at the office. You know, like, again, Jayden Daniels under pressure. Like, if you want to say there's something I'm worried about, honestly, it's can the offensive line hold up against truly elite defensive lines? But, you know, like, he got time against the Giants in week 1. Honestly, Thursday. Listen, I hate Thursday games because of like the inconsistent production and teams having and injuries and that kind of stuff. On the other hand, I'd be so bored on Thursday nights. I mean, like the minute the season's over and I'm sitting there on a Thursday night,
Yankees, Tigers.
Right, exactly. I'm like, come on, oh God, what I wouldn't do for Colts Jaguars right now. So
it's always AFC South. That's the reference point.
They earned it. They earned it.
Yeah,
it's cliche for a reason.
Titans Jaguars. Yeah, exactly. But so no, I mean, you guys tell me. Maybe I'm looking through it through burgundy-colored glasses, but I'm not. I'm not worried about it. For our purposes, for fantasy football purposes, Jayden Daniels had what I thought was the worst game I've seen him. Like he didn't run very much. Only 9% of his fantasy points came from running. He was pressured on 49% of his dropbacks. Like literally every other dropback, he was pressured, and yet he still winds up with 19.7 fantasy points. He throws the 2 late touchdowns, 200 yards, and didn't even have much rushing. So you're just like, if that's the worst it gets, 19 points. Like from our purposes, I don't think that Terry McLaurin is up to speed yet. You know, I think week 3, Deebo Samuel, if you started Deebo, you feel good about that. Zach Ertz is going to be a thing. Like at some again, it's no, it's like you and Derrick Henry. People want to just write him off year and year and year and year, but yet it just
misrepresentation.
No, it's just like you're like he's too old. I'm done with him. Bring on Keaton Mitchell. Just like you're like I'm done with Zach Ertz. Bring on Ben Sinnott. But the truth of the matter is that Zach Ertz keeps getting down. He has now scored in 7 of his last 8 games dating back to last year. Yeah. He's a touchdown machine. Yeah. He's unstoppable. The Zackler.
Yeah, trust Matthew Berry the morning after a 2-score Commanders loss to compare Zach Ertz to Derrick Henry. Yeah, unbelievable.
He's inevitable. He's ageless, Connor.
It's starting to feel that way. I was skeptical 3 years ago, and here I am.
Not of anyone else. Yeah, the thing is with the Commanders, I say that the downside is that I thought coming into this game, there's a good chance that the Commanders are kind of in the vein of the Bills offense, the Ravens offense, the Lions from last year, where it's like kind of their defense agnostic. It's just too good. Like Jayden is too good. The offense is too good that you can't really stop them. Well, they got stopped. They got stopped a lot last night. Like the Packers defense owned that game. From a fantasy perspective, though, it does show just what Daniels' flaw is. Because, that went as badly as possible, and he still almost put up 20 points.
And this is the worst matchup for them when you think of all the variables. The Packers played the most zone in the NFL. Yep. You had to deal with Micah Parsons when you're starting a rookie right tackle. And their linebackers are some of the fastest in the NFL that take away his scrambling. And you still got 20 points.
Right. On a short week, on the road, against a defensive coordinator who comes from college and has seen a lot of the RPO, a lot of the stuff that Cliff does. It's like, it's probably more used to kind of the bells and whistles and the stuff that Washington does that most NFL defenses are not used to as well. Since week 11 of last season, Jay Croucher, Zach Ertz is the 6th best tight end in fantasy football. Since week 11 of last year, the top 6 fantasy tight end. By the way, he's available in leagues too. I mean, he's out there. He's not 100% rostered. I think Terry McLaurin had a 91% route participation, 19% target share. He'll get there. Again, this defense was bad. They play the Raiders next week. If they flop against the Raiders, exactly. It's Raiders, Falcons, Chargers, Bears. So I think it's, that's a solid schedule upcoming right here as you see. Then they're at the Cowboys. That's not a defense that scares you. At the Chiefs. We'll see what happens, but they didn't look that imposing in week 1. Seahawks will be tough in week number 9. Lions, but then you get to the Dolphins. Broncos in week 13 you don't love, but fantasy playoffs. At Giants, home to the Eagles, home to the Cowboys. So 2 out of the 3 defenses that you play in the fantasy playoffs, I think, are pretty good.
Yep. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.